Can the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields pull off a miracle at Lambeau Field? Watch this video to find out. What's going on, guys? I'm back with the Chicago Bears prediction videos, which I'll be doing every single week this year, regardless of if we're still in the playoff hunt or not. So if you guys want more Bears prediction videos, post-game videos as well, subscribe to my channel. But in this video, guys, I'll be talking about the Bears-Packers matchup coming up on Sunday night. I also did a similar video previewing this matchup on Tom Grossi's YouTube channel. So if you guys watch Tom Grossi, is a big Packers YouTuber. I'll leave a link down below to the collab that we did on his channel, which should be posted by now. So definitely give that a watch as well. It's a lot of fun collabing with him. But getting into my own video now, we have another game against our most hated rivals on Sunday Night Football. These go horribly for the Bears practically every single year. I can't remember the last Sunday Night Football game that we won against the Packers. I mean, the last game that we won against them on primetime was that Thursday Night Football. I think that was Thursday. Yeah, it was on Thanksgiving during the Brett Favre retirement night, right? Like, that was the last time we won at Lambeau Field. That was the last time we won on primetime against the Packers. Obviously, we beat the Packers at 12 p.m. In 2018 at Soldier Field. But we don't win that often against this team, guys. Okay, in the last 21 games, the Bears have only won 3 of them. 3 of them. We're completely failing our end of the bargain in this rivalry. It's really not a rivalry right now because the Packers just freaking beat us every single time. And as you guys saw the last matchup, I mean, Aaron Rodgers even talked about how he owns the Chicago Bears. Okay, he said that at Soldier Field. And if our guys have any pride at all, they would have been replaying that soundbite over and over and over again this week at Hallis Hall. Every time you walk into the building, the first thing you should hear is that soundbite by Aaron Rodgers, "I own you." Every time you walk into the weight room, the first thing you should hear is, "I own you." Every time you walk into the film room, the first thing you should hear is, "I own you," to emphasize to these players how pathetic, how humiliating that was for our franchise. To have a Green Bay Packers quarterback come into Soldier Field and say, "I own you," to all of our fans, to the players, like, that is just, if you have any pride at all, you take that personally, okay? And I'm not saying the Bears have enough talent to beat the Packers. We definitely do not, guys. Like, all across the board, man, we're going to be severely outmatched, but this is going to be David versus Goliath, okay? It's going to be America versus the Soviet Union in hockey. Like, it's going to be one of those matchups where the Bears have practically no chance to win. And if they want to win, they're going to have to pull off an absolute miracle, okay? Nothing short of a miracle at Lambeau Field. Talking more about this game, guys, I'll talk about both rosters. First of all, talking about the Packers offense and give you guys an overview of that. So the Packers offense right now, they're ranked number 15 in yards per game, the number 15 in points per game. They're the number 9 passing offense and the number 21 rushing offense. And even though the numbers look kind of mediocre, the last 2 games, man, the Packers offense has been on a roll, okay, against the Vikings and the Rams. Okay, in the last 2 games, Aaron Rodgers specifically has turned it on completely. He has 692 passing yards, 6 passing touchdowns, and 0 interceptions in the last 2 games against some pretty good football teams. Maybe not the Vikings, but the Rams are a contender this year, and they completely destroyed the Rams defense. So obviously, Aaron Rodgers, we already know who this guy is. We know how much he's broken our heart, and he's capable of doing it every single time he steps on the field against the Chicago Bears. He has insane accuracy, a good arm, good decision making, obviously, and he's one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time. Now, his toe has been hurt the past couple weeks, so that's something to keep an eye on. It doesn't seem like it's affected him at all, but he does have, I mean, he said it was like COVID toe or something. I don't know exactly what's up with his toe, but he has some sort of injury with his toe, which might limit his mobility somewhat. But again, the numbers don't really show that he's been hampered by the injury that much at all. So although Rodgers may be slightly hobbled, he's not really showing any signs of being hobbled, and he's going to be a monster probably against the Bears defense. Again, talking about, Davante Adams, his number 1 receiver, he's also been having a crazy year as usual, okay, like he does practically every single year now. He already has 1,085 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns, 80 receptions. He's by far the most targeted Packers receiver, and he's Aaron Rodgers' right-hand man, okay? He's part of why this offense works so well in Green Bay. He's averaging 98.5 yards per game, going for damn near 100 yards every single time he steps onto the football field. So obviously, Davante Adams is definitely going to be a matchup nightmare for the Bears defense. His other receivers actually have not been as consistent as Davante Adams because Randall Cobb has been injured here and there. He's also not playing in this upcoming game against the Bears. So thank God we won't have Randall Cobb to deal with because this guy has broken our hearts time and time again so many times. So thankfully, Cobb will not be playing. Alan Lazard and MVS have both been inconsistent. They've had some really good flashes. They've had some pretty bad moments too. So obviously the main guy to worry about in the receiving core is going to be Davante Adams. The second highest targeted receiver though is actually a running back. Okay, Aaron Jones. So definitely keep an eye on the running backs getting the ball out of the backfield, because both AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones are heavily targeted in the passing attack as well. They both have pretty good hands, especially Aaron Jones. So passing attack, when it's on point, it's damn near impossible to stop. Talking about the run game then, it's ranked number 21, but that's kind of because they don't have to run the football as much as other teams, right? Because their passing attack works so damn well. They only need to run the football on like 3rd and short when they have a lead, obviously, and that's when they have been running the football. So both Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon have been having really good seasons. AJ Dillon has been breaking out recently. He's a second-year back, a very powerful back as well. He has 543 rushing yards, only 20 behind Aaron Jones. So clearly you can see it's a true 1-2 punch. Like, both of these guys are threats to run with the football. Both are used practically equally now. And obviously AJ Dillon is your power back and Jones is more of the speed and finesse guys. So really good run game as well. They don't have to use it that often, but they have some pretty capable backs. And then obviously their offensive line has been having a lot of injuries this entire year. They're missing Elton Jenkins, they're missing David Bakhtiari as well. But it seems like the injuries aren't affecting the offensive line that much because they have that much depth on the O-line. So top to bottom, man, the Packers offense is always tough to stop for the Bears defense. Talking about the Packers defense, though, I've been surprised. It's actually probably the best defense they have had since 2010. Okay, they're ranked pretty highly in all the categories. They're the number 7 defense based on yards, the number 5 defense based on points, the number 9 passing defense, and the number 8 run defense. And like I mentioned, man, probably their best defense since 2010, the year that they won the Super Bowl. And that's kind of scary to think about, because I don't want to see the Packers go to the Super Bowl again, but this is clearly the best defense they have had in a very, very long time. It's very solid all across the board. They have great tacklers. They have good coverage guys. They have capable pass rush. They have good run defense up front, and they're very physical as well. So not really a lot of flaws in this Packers defense at all right now. Okay, probably their biggest strength also is going to be their secondary, because they have a lot of guys playing very well on this secondary. They have Adrian Amos playing at a Pro Bowl level this year. They got Darnell Savage having another pretty solid season, both in coverage and in run support. They got, the rookie Eric Stokes. Although he is a rookie, he's been one of the better rookie corners this year in the NFL. And they also got Russell Douglas playing at a pretty high level as well for the most part. They're obviously missing number 1 cornerback Jair Alexander. He is practicing though this week, so he might be activated for this game, which would be an even bigger boost to this defense. But secondary, man, already is pretty damn solid. And they also got, Rashawn Gary up front, really doing a good job rushing the passer. He has 50 pressures and 7 sacks on the year, even though he's missing his other guy on the other side, Zadarius Smith. So definitely the scariest Packers defense we have seen in a while. They did allow a lot of points though to the Vikings and to, the Rams as well, which, some of those were in garbage time though. So I will say they can be beat here and there, but overall they are a very solid defense. Talking about the Chicago Bears now, I'll talk about the Bears offense first of all. And it's not pretty, okay? We're ranked number 30 in yards per game. We're number 30 in points per game. We're number 32 in passing offense and number 8 in rushing offense. But I do have some good news, because both Justin Fields and Al Robinson are expected to play in this game. Justin Fields is fully healthy now, according to the Bears. He's still hurting a little bit, but he's obviously good enough to play now. And AROB also should most likely play after suffering that hamstring injury, which I know that even with both of these guys starting, we haven't had a good offense this year in Chicago, because it's just a completely broken system. We have Matt Nagy as play caller. We have questions on the offensive line. So it's still not going to be a very pretty offense, most likely. But the last time that both Fields and AROB were healthy, we had a pretty good offense going against the Steelers on primetime, right? And this game also is going to be on primetime. So Justin Fields, if you want to shine, if you want to continue to shine on primetime, here is your opportunity. Obviously, he is going to be a little bit rusty because he hasn't played football in, almost a month now. So definitely not expecting him to be a superstar. So hopefully we get the run game going in this game as well, because the Bears run game has been fantastic practically the entire season. We have so many guys capable of running the football. We had, David Montgomery going for a historic pace at the beginning of the season. Then he got injured. Then we had the rookie Khalil Herbert step in, and he was also very good. Every game he had to step in. So we have 2 very capable running backs. We have a quarterback that can run with the football now as well in Justin Fields. So the run game should be a lot more dynamic for this game, and hopefully the passing attack can be as well. Talking about the Bears defense, then, we're ranked number 9 in yards given up per game. We're number 22 in points allowed per game. We're the number 6 pass defense and the number 23 run defense. I'm kind of surprised we're number 6 in pass defense. That's just based on cumulative yards, which that's a little bit misleading then, because we have not been a good pass defense in key moments. But those are the numbers, guys, and it's really not a good defense this year, okay? They have been good in some moments. They have been good with Khalil Mack. Like, at the beginning of the season, we actually were a pretty decent defense. We were a top 10 defense through, like, week 5, but we just completely fell off a cliff after that, okay? Injuries definitely played into it, but it's also that we don't have good cornerbacks on this team, okay? Jalen Johnson is probably the only capable coverage guy that we have in the cornerback room, and we're really struggling with short fields as well, guys, because our offense has not been giving our defense good field position to work with, and it's led to a lot of touchdowns being scored against our defense. Now, AKIEM HICKS might be returning, though, for this game, which would be huge, okay, to get AKIEM HICKS back, because although he's not performing at the same level he used to, he's still the heart and soul of this team, guys, okay, the heart and soul of this defense, the leader of this defense, and getting him back, at least as the voice on this defensive line, is going to be huge in trying to stop Aaron Rodgers and this offense. AKIEM HICKS was limited in practice this week, so it's not a guarantee that he'll play, but I think there will be a good chance that he plays because he's finally back practicing. So hopefully AKIEM HICKS comes back, but otherwise it's really not a really special defense. Let me get to my 3 keys to Bears victory now. How can the Chicago Bears pull off this miracle at Lambeau Field? And key number 1, guys, is going to be to have a lot of play action bombs going down the field. I can't understand why the Chicago Bears don't incorporate more play action into their playbook when it clearly works with rookie quarterback Justin Fields. Okay, Justin Fields has been having some of his best games, some of his best throws when we incorporate a lot of play action into the playbook. Okay, a couple throws to Goodwin, a couple throws to AROB, a couple throws to Mooney as well, deep down the field, have been off of the play action. So if it works, keep on sticking with plays that work for this kid. Okay, also, if you look at how good we run the football this year, guys, like, teams are more likely to devote more, resources up front to stopping the run, and it's going to make it easier for us, in theory, to pass the football. Okay, so we should be running a lot more play action than we have seen the past couple games with Justin Fields, and we need these big plays to actually win this game, guys, because how else are you going to beat a team led by Aaron Rodgers? You usually have to outscore him, and we're not going to outscore him unless we take shots down the field, and hopefully a lot of them can be off of the play action. So that's key number 1, guys. Key number 2 then is going to be to have flawless production in the red zone. I know that's asking a lot out of a Bears offense that has not been good in the red zone. We only scored touchdown 54% of the time in the red zone, which is bottom 10 in the NFL. So it's not magically going to change most likely, but if they want to win this game, guys, they're going to need to be flawless in the red zone. Score a touchdown every single time because, again, like I mentioned, you're not going to beat Aaron Rodgers only scoring field goals. You have to get aggressive, and the Bears do have some weapons to throw to, okay? We're probably going to get AROB back for this game. We have Jimmy Graham, a big body tight end that usually if you throw it up to him, he can't come down with the catch. We have another big tight end in Cole Kmet as well. So we do have some, weapons for him to throw to, for Justin Fields to throw to. I just feel like the play calling has not been the best in the red zone. Take more advantage of Justin Fields' speed, okay? That should be a threat to the defense, especially in the red zone, to the point where, the defense has to have a quarterback spy or an extra guy, lurking there to stop the run with Justin Fields. So hopefully we can be more creative in the red zone and try to be flawless to score more touchdowns to win this game. So that's key number 2, guys. And then finally, key number 3 is going to be that our pass rushers need to step the hell up in this game. Obviously, we're missing Khalil Mack. He's a big part of the Bears defense, obviously, so his loss is going to hurt. But Robert Quinn has been having a very solid bounce back season. He already has 12 sacks on the year, and if he wants to continue earning his money, man, this would be a great time to show up on primetime television against your rivals, against Aaron Rodgers. This would be a great time to get another sack. So Robert Quinn having a monster game is probably the only way we can win this, along with, either Travis Gibson or Bruce Irvin, whoever else is playing next to him. All of the pass rushers need to have a solid day of football, because that's the only way you can beat a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. Get him down to the dirt, pressure him, get sacks, and hope to pressure him into making some mistakes, because this quarterback doesn't make that many mistakes at all. And finally, it's time for my score prediction. Who do I have win this matchup? And guys, I have the Chicago Bears walking into Lambeau Field and getting out of there with a loss by the score of 31-17. It really hurts my heart to pick the Packers to beat the Bears, but barring a miracle, guys, you know, I can't see the Bears winning this game, okay? Our franchises are just in such different spots right now. Like, the Packers are still a contending team this year. They have an MVP level quarterback, and the Bears are, you know, I don't know where we're at this point in time, okay? Our coach is probably going to get fired. We have some good young talent on the team, but we also have a lot of aging veterans that aren't doing pretty well, and we have bad cornerbacks as well. So I will say that it is any given Sunday in the NFL. Any team can beat any team in the NFL, and every couple years, guys, the Bears do pull off a crazy upset, right? Like, we had the 2013 matchup against the Packers where Josh McCown beat the Packers. We had that Thanksgiving game, obviously. 2018, I think we were favored to win, but we do pull off upsets every once in a while, maybe like once every 5 years, and hopefully this year is that year, because I would go absolutely crazy if Justin Fields walked into Lambeau Field and beat a team led by Aaron Rodgers. Sadly, that's probably not going to happen, but maybe the miracle happens, okay? So that's my prediction, guys. Bears probably are going to lose. As for my offense MVP of this game, I have that being David Montgomery. This guy is a beast. He's a warrior. He's going to continue carrying this team. I have him getting, you know, 90 more rushing yards and having another touchdown too. So, for offense MVP. For defense MVP, I have that being Robert Quinn, because realistically, I don't have a lot of options here, guys. Like, either it's going to be Roquan Smith or Robert Quinn. I'm probably going to go Robert Quinn in this game because I feel like he can get another sack to add to his sack total. I don't think it'll be enough. I think the Bears will still lose in the end, but I feel like he should have another pretty good game because the Packers do have injuries on their offensive line. There you have it, guys. Most likely we are going to lose on Sunday Night Football. It's probably not going to be fun to watch, but hey, I will be praying for the miracle. I'll be rooting for the miracle. And if Justin Fields walks in there, guys, and somehow beats Aaron Rodgers, you will not hear the end of it from Bears fans, okay? That will be one of our greatest wins in like a very long time. Even though the season is lost, guys, it's always fun being the Packers because we rarely do it, and if our rookie quarterback does it, it would make it that much sweeter. Hopefully it somehow happens, guys. Leave your comments down below, but as always, bear down.